Great morning, everybody. Welcome to Set Your Day with Dr. J. Every morning at 7 a.m., we come live to help you set your mind right for the day. And I want to thank you for joining us. I'm so excited. We've learned throughout this time that what we listen to the first 20 minutes of our day literally determines the performance that we're going to have throughout the rest of that day. So come on in and join us. Listen, if you're with us, I want you just to post below, post hello, post hi, because I love to see all of you and hear your comments. And definitely what we do every day with Set Your Day, what's the number one thing? What's like the number one thing before you leave the day that you learned, right? Because I believe that it's important to, once we learn something, to get more of us involved into something, not to just keep learning, listen. I believe it's important for us to learn and then get involved with it. So post down below, say hi, say hello. I want to just check my thing here and say hi to a couple of you as you are coming on. I'm so excited about this week. It's going to be a great week because we're talking about the fact that we have 50,000 thoughts that come into our mind every single day. And the question is, what are we going to do with them, right? And where are those thoughts leading us and guiding us? Are those thoughts helping us, or are those thoughts hurting us? And we're going to talk about that. I'm so excited. So last week we started to talk about this whole dynamic, right? About how our thoughts, whether they're positive or negative, how they produce emotions, and emotions set us in motion to take actions, and our actions begin to produce either success or failure in our life. And so we begin to learn how to master our psychology. It's one thing to understand how to master your spirituality. We kind of got that down, right? We know the whole dynamics of what we call piety. We go to church to grow spiritually. We pray, we read the Bible, we give, we do all of these things to grow ourselves, right? We worship God. We do all of these things to grow ourselves spiritually. And that's awesome. But the other side of it is, not only do we have to grow spiritually, we have to learn to master our mind, our psychology, and understand what's going on inside of us from a psychological point of view. Because we can have a wonderful relationship with God, and you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do nothing to be accepted by Him, right? He loves you. It's not, does He love me one day, He doesn't love me the next day based on my performance. No, Jesus loves you unconditionally. It's not based on anything. He already proved it when He died on the cross for you. He's done everything to show you He loves you, and He's going to keep loving you. As long as you believe in Him, it's finished. It's all finished. It's not, I need to do something to get Him to love me. It's done. I've done it all at the cross. So from a spiritual perspective, everything is done. Everything is finished. Now, what we have to wrestle with, right, is we have to wrestle with really mastering our psychology here on earth so that we can live a successful, happy life here on earth. And so like I was saying last week, we were like, okay, we got to set our thoughts right. And if we have positive thoughts, now our thoughts, what we think, the average day, we're thinking 50,000 thoughts a day. Now, some of us think more, like if you're a woman, some psychologists say you can think 80,000 thoughts in a day. And, with men, They think like a maximum of 30,000 thoughts in a day. But basically, there's a whole lot of thoughts going on in a day. And the question is what are the majority of those thoughts? Are they positive or are they negative? Because wherever those thoughts, the most dominating thought that you have, or patterns that you have in your thoughts, is going to literally shape how you feel throughout the whole day. So if you're negative, you're feeling negative, you're going to have negative emotions, and those negative emotions are going to cause you what? To act negative or to not act at all. And then you're going to experience negativity in your life. You're not going to succeed. You're going to experience failure. And then what? The vicious cycle starts. I think negative. I feel negative. I don't take action. Now I fail. I don't have success going on in my life. Now it comes back around. I'm a failure. I'm a failure. You see how that negative pattern goes? Now you're thinking you're a failure. Now here we go again. I'm a failure. And this whole negative cycle just is a vicious thing. And you start being your own worst enemy. You beat yourself up every single day. And that's not healthy for you. So understanding your thoughts and what's going on in your mind is very, very important to controlling how you feel in a day, the actions that you take in a day, and ultimately how your day ends up. What's the key for us? Hey, every day, let's master every day. One day at a time, sweet Jesus, right? Let's set our mind right. It starts in the morning. Let's set our mind right today, and let's realize that, hey, there's going to be external stimulus today, right? There's going to be, where do those 50,000 thoughts come from? Well, there's going to be external stimulus. There's going to be events that happen all throughout our day today. And there's going to be, we just got to admit it, there's going to be a lot of negative things that's going to happen, right? The kids are going to be in a bad mood. They're going to spill a drink on the floor. The dog's going to go to the bathroom on the floor. You're starting off your day. You're trying to have a positive day, and you turn on the TV. The news just tells you something really negative. You get on social media. You see something that makes you mad. Whatever happens, and there's all these externals that are trying to what? That are trying to get your thoughts in a negative flow. And the first thing you have to do is you have to realize that you control those thoughts, right? And to win every day, the key is to be able to kick out all the negative thoughts and to set your mind on, I'm going to have positive thoughts today, no matter what the external circumstances are. I have control over my mind. Now, here's what I want to help you with, though, because this is very important. Here it is. The big question that we're going to look at this week, though, is this. We have thoughts, but what's behind the thoughts? That's what we're going to look at today. Because we have to realize that behind thoughts are belief systems. Belief systems that were established from the time you were a child. So in order to change our actions and our behaviors and ultimately our results in life, we have to go all the way back. It's like, it's not looking at, wow, my results that I have in my life are not good. It's not looking at that back to your childhood and beginning to realize that there are beliefs that I have as a child that's affecting me as an adult. So what are those beliefs, and how do we identify them? Because some of us, even myself, we have beliefs that we may be even unaware of that could be hurting us. All right. Thank you so much for joining. I see so many of you. Ro, thank you, Ro. Thank you, Janice. Thank you. Hey, Brittany's on. Hey, who else? Carla. Hey, Carla is on, or Jim. I'm not sure. Carla and Jim. They're whoever you are there, whichever one. Hey, good to see you. And so watch this. So I want to help you with this. And as a child, watch. Some of you, you like, it's not your fault that you're where you're at. Isn't that freeing? Like that right there. Because the belief system is, man, I've blown it. I'm never going to amount to anything. I messed my life up. It's all, and you can like beat yourself up. And here's a freeing thought. It's not your fault. It really isn't. It really isn't. Now, I'm not playing into victims where we just live a victim life and it's not my fault, it's everybody else's fault and I'm blaming everybody else. No, but really a lot of it where you're at today is not your fault, because when you're a child, you didn't choose your belief systems. I want to say that again. Because I want you to get it. As a child, you did not choose your belief systems. You had no choice. Your belief systems were created by the environment that you were raised in. So your belief systems were created and shaped, first of all, by your parents, because that was the environment that your parents created for you. And what you heard from your dad, what you heard from your mom, you absorbed those belief systems. And they and the environment, that could be friends, family that you lived around, that environment shaped and became part of your belief system because you were taught it. You had no filters. Mom, that's wrong. Dad, that's wrong. You know, and until that doesn't even open up to us, right? Until we turn like 3 or 4 years old. Then we get 3 or 4 years old. You know, as a child, we just absorb all this. Then as a child, our children start saying what? Why? Yeah, just because I said so. That's why. Yeah. So the mechanism in the brain begins to kick on as we get older, but we've received all of these beliefs already, and now it's easy for us to just accept a lot of the things that we were taught as a child, or to accept the environment that we were born into as this is a normal way of life. 95% of people never rise past the environment that their parents raised them in, right? It's proven psychologically, you will never make more. 95% of people will never make more than $5,000 or below, like right in the line. So meaning if your parents, let's say, make $30,000 a year, you'll make maybe 35, but that'll be it. You'll be capped off. Because most people, what? They've absorbed the belief systems of the environment they live in, and then they go through their life, 95%, they live what they absorbed. Wow. But there's 5% that defy the odds. There's 5% that say, wait a minute, I don't want to live like my parents. I don't want to end up being like them. And they're contrarian. They say, wait, I want to go the opposite way. But see, the big thing is many times we've never been exposed to something bigger than where we're at. Think about this. If you're born in poverty, you can't ever imagine yourself, like, you don't know that there is a better way. You don't know that there is a better life. And so you absorb these belief systems inside of us, and those belief systems create the thoughts that we have, whether they're positive or negative based on what we've been taught. Now, a lot of times we've been taught negative stuff about ourselves. We've had, yes, those belief systems as a child that we have, a lot of them, like, that's why a parent has to be very careful of what you're saying to the child, because it's your job to begin in an early stage to form how they think. And that's why, like, there's a lot of people that have testimonies of where, You know what? My mom was a single mom, and we lived in the ghetto. But mom told us that we're going to get out. Mom told us we were smart. Mom told us that mom set a standard for our life, that she expected us to go to college. She expected us to get good grades. She expected us to succeed. Mom had a standard. And even though mom had to work hard for what she had. Have you ever heard this? Mom had to work hard for what she had. My mama, she put an expectation on us that we're not going to stay where we're at, and we're going to go beyond her. And she expected us. And she had this switch, and she would whip our butts. I'm not going to let you live. You're not going to stay where I am. I'm going to help you become better than what I am. Right? And you hear testimonies of people who I read a lot of autobiographies, and you read testimonies of people who become super, super rich, and people who really helped humanity in amazing, amazing ways, who were brought up in poverty, and they defied the odds. They're the 5%ers that said, no, wait a minute. I see this, but I don't want this. I want this. And that's why, if you're a parent, right, you got to realize that you are forming the thoughts, and they are absorbing what you are teaching them. And there's a high percentage that what they are experiencing at your home, they are going to duplicate in their life. So we have a pretty huge responsibility in this. And it's very important that we shape our children's mind, because that's where they're going to end up in life. So as we look at this today, I want you to think about this, and I want you to, as we set our mindsets, awareness is the beginning of transformation. Awareness. And what we need to do is we need to begin to be aware of what are some of the negative thoughts that I keep playing in my head that cause me, my beliefs. What are some of my beliefs that I grabbed onto as a child that has kept me in a negative thought pattern? And we're going to look at this all week. We're going to look at 5 different ones all this week. But today, I want you to set your mind right? Because here's the thing. I want you to set your mind that you are a 5%er, right? I mean, almost none of us have been raised in a home that was like Leave It to Beaver. Have you seen Leave It to Beaver? Like the perfect little home, the perfect little family, and everything's just like perfect little middle-class family. And there's no fights. The environment is the perfect environment, right? None of us were raised in that. All of us were raised in dysfunction, basically, right? And so a lot of us have absorbed a lot of negativity. But what we've got to do is we got to, in setting our day, we got to realize that as a child we absorbed, as an adult. When I was a child, I thought like a child. What's that mean? I absorbed everything. But as I became an adult, I became mature. And as a mature adult, I realized that I didn't have control over my mind back then, but now I have control on managing my mind. I have a responsibility that I have to take dominion over my mindset. And today, as I set my day today, I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to create a great day. I'm not a victim to my circumstances. I am going to set my mind and control these thoughts, all these stimulus. I can't create negative things, but negative thing hits me, I have control over it, and I can shift it from a negative to a positive today, because I control my mind now. I am an adult. I'm an adult. And because I'm an adult, I can control those negative thoughts and make them positive. We're going to talk about this all week long. Hey, I want to say hi. Hey, Earl, good to see you. Hey, who else? Earl, I see Megs. Megs, hey, Megs, good to see you today. It's going to be a great one. Go ahead, post down below if you're there. Hello from South Carolina, Betty Star, I think that is. Hey, good to see you. Good to see you, Betty. All right. Good to see all of you. So, go forth throughout your day. Have this kind of minds. You know what? I'm going to be the 5%. Just post that down below. I'm going to be the 5%. I am going to be the one that defies the odds. Why not you? Why not you? The people in your family need an example. They need somebody to say, oh, wait a minute, you guys thought this way. I have control over my mind now. I'm going to start changing some areas of my mind. Because if there's negativity going on in your life, I can guarantee you there's a flow of negative thoughts happening in your life. You're not setting your day with positivity. Okay? So post down below. I am the 5%. If you're watching my replay, say, I am the 5%er. Join us every single Monday mornings so we can set our mind. I don't want to be part of the 95%. I don't want to conform to the crowd who are all losers. They're heading down to the loser path. God created you to be unique. He created you to be a winner. And I believe that's why you're watching here today on Set Your Day with Dr. J. I'm the 5%. I'm the 5%. Go ahead, say that right there. I'm going to be part of the 5%. Maybe you've been sucked into the 95%, but no, you can choose. You're an adult. You can choose. I'm going to change this stuff. Stick with me every morning at 7 a.m. I'll help you. I'll help you develop the mindset of a winner, the mindset of a millionaire, the mindset of an overcomer, the mindset, right, that you're going to need to dominate instead of being dominated. Let's see you tomorrow. God bless everybody. So glad that you're on. So glad that you're on. Share. Don't forget to share. People need to hear about Set Your Day with Dr. J. We want to build this audience. Come on, help me. Hit the share button before you leave. That's what we do here at Set Your Day with Dr. J. We release positivity to the world. God bless all of you. Bye-bye now. See you tomorrow.